And welcome to Musings, Rants, and Guitars, May 23rd, the reschedule from May 16th, when I was too ill to show the fuck up for the show. And we had more people scheduled. But welcome to Jimmy Mack from Grimm Jack, Joey from Grimm Jack.
Joey.
And Tommy, he used to be from Grimm Jack.
He used to be Grimm Jack.
Yeah.
Sensing a theme.
And we do have the guys from Ton Mojo popping in. They're running late. And all this is my fault.
We have 4 tons of the Mojo, right? 2 guys.
Yeah, we got 2 of the guys, 2 out of the 5. So
yeah, look, dude.
Guy is 2 tons.
How many tons is that? Is it metric tons? Is it?
I don't know. Are we on the metric system? We're going to switch over to that.
We like to use the Japanese pubic hairs. That's how we do it.
Are we showing up live yet? I'm having a problem with seeing the video. Can you see everything on Facebook?
I see us on YouTube.
Okay, good.
I can go check Facebook. What's
right.
up, people, though? So, Jimmy, who I've known forever.
Right.
Joey, who's actually separated from birth. If you people had been privy to the show, I don't know where you are yet. If you had been privy to the show, the pre-show, which no one was, where we were talking about the fact that, the 2 of us are anxiety-ridden guitar players who are just insane, who have absolutely are into. Oh, more people, Lenny.
There's Lenny.
Hello.
Lenny.
Hey,
Yeah.
here he is.
I put in the Zoom link for the 27th.
Okay,
All right,
that's pretty
let's go.
funny. So I
Been one of
guess
those days.
we'll say we have friends of the show, also a Long Island band. This is like a Long Island release month.
Yes.
We had the guys from Craving Strange coming on Thursday. They're releasing. They have a new release on Thursday, and we have it. So they're going to be on the show. So
Cool.
can't wait for that. That should be fun too. So it looks like a lot of the bands from Long Island or in the New York area are releasing, right?
Right.
Because
Exciting.
10 Ton was May 1st. Grimm Jack was the 14th, and
Yeah.
Craving Strange is on the 27th.
Nice.
This is
So
going to be a lot of fun.
there's
Jim, happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you, brother.
Oh,
Good to see you.
Yeah, you too, man.
So anyway, so I was saying that the lineage and the change out from Grimm Jack to Joey was smooth. Not really, but
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
no, it wasn't bad. I'm just kidding. But Jim and I go back to the what was that, Grimm Jack Mark III? I probably was Mark.
Yes, Grimm Jack Mark 3.
Mark 2. Yeah, it was 3, right? Because it was 17 bass players and 2 singers, and
Not all at the same time.
right, and then the second guitar player. But yeah, man, if there's one thing that we consistently did in Grimm Jack was chew up and spit out bass players. So we were really good at that. I had met Billy and Jim, a long time ago, and we just hit it off, and things were just, wrote some great songs, and me stepping down and Joey coming in continues the lineage of just great songwriting. Primarily you, Jim, which is
Thank you.
great, but they all become a band effort. There's a lot of input from everybody about who this sounds good, that doesn't sound good. A lot of ideas coming in. I know Gigi's not on, but Gigi will bring the glam flash stuff, ideas to things, the Bowie / LA thing, New York Dolls feel to it. Joey will bring, some wonderful, wonderful arranging and songwriting techniques and some musicality.
A lot of cocaine.
Cocaine! And, you guys.
So not true.
So
Of course not.
no, look, we would die. Cocaine kills.
Yeah, we're too old for the cocaine now.
Yeah, now you're just dead.
Very bad.
Very bad. So, which leads me to, you guys have the new single out.
Yeah,
And the
Yeah,
single
indeed.
is
Congratulations.
amazing.
Thank you.
It's great. So
I'll play a
you
little
got
bit behind us.
as I sing the praises.
Yeah. So hopefully that's not drowning it out.
No, it's probably good. So it's just amazing song. You know, if there's one thing that always was consistent about Grimm Jack was just songwriting got better and better. It wasn't as if ever it was rehashing the same song over and over again. It was a consistent lineage. It's not AC/DC, which how great AC/DC is, but you know, it's 50 years of the same record, and they're all great records. It's like a 20-sided record they have. You guys, throughout this whole thing, has just been, you know, great rock songs that have been consistent, but you know, always has a little bit different twist to them. You know, it's not 1-4-5 all the way through. So Jim, I mean, what was the song? Wait, he's gone.
Jim, where you going?
Jim,
Tommy, what'd you say to him?
I don't know. I was asking.
Can't
I
say this
was
is the
never
first
so
time.
insulted in all my life.
I was going to ask him. I was going to ask him a question as if I were you, Lenny, and then he leaves because like that's not Lenny asking.
That's not letting you. You know my humidifier.
I was just like, oh, I guess I'm done.
And it got really loud, and I couldn't hear it.
So tell us, Jim.
Yes.
What was the process for writing Hang Down?
What was the impetus?
You impertinent!
If I'm going to be impotent, I'm going to look impotent. Couple of things. I think I was listening to George Harrison, as I often do, and he has a song on All Things Must Pass called "Let It Down," and he goes, "Let it down, let your," and he actually doesn't say hair; it's like her, but he means hair. Let your hair hang down on me, and I kind of like that, and I thought that's kind of cool, and so that gave me a little bit of an idea. But when I started the song, I was also listening to Hollywood Vampires with Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
And they do a remake of The Doors' 5 to 1.
Yeah.
Sure.
And it's got a real staccato
That's
tempo to it.
right. You know what? If you think about it, it's, you know... right? So you have that from... yeah, I like it.
Right.
Keep going.
Actually, I have a guitar.
Yeah. Do you have
Hey, you
the?
know what? I have a guitar.
Go on, guitar.
Do you have the? Do you remember how you originally wrote it, Jimmy?
Yeah, it was.
That's right.
Let your hair hang down. Let it
That's
fall to the ground. So
That's right.
Very cool.
That's right. I
that's
remember it
how.
now.
That's how it started. Yeah, kind of funny, right? You haven't heard
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one
because
for a long time.
it changed a lot. Yeah, like
Yeah, so that was how the
beginning.
demo was, but we all agreed that that staccato thing was a little too, I don't know, it felt like we should march to it or something, you know? It was very stiff. So it took a few rehearsals to get what Joey finally came up with. We tried a few things, but what ended up on the record, something Joe came up with, that just really worked a lot better. And I think really kind of made the song move a lot.
All right. Well, you know what, Joey, are you set up to play?
yeah, it was actually playing behind. Could you guys hear it?
No. Can you grab your guitar and just say what your change was from there? I mean, let's talk about. Let's do a little.
The change is really just like the way it came out.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let's.
I'll you know what it is, I'll put it up so we can hear the beginning of it. So it's
Yeah. So that was the progression.
Let your hair hang down. Let it fall to the ground. Let your hair hang down on me.
so that's what it turned into, really.
Very cool. You know,
Yeah.
having been part of the songwriting process in Grimm Jack, you know, I loved always the progression of it coming from, you know, the demo that Jim would bring in to what it really, you know, became and because they become then the real like band song, which is amazing. And you guys all have a lot of great input to it, so it's amazing. So I appreciate that. So Jim, let me ask you a question. I mean, you often came down, or you would always come down with a song and stuff. How do you feel when it comes as the demo, but then blossoms into the full band song like that?
Basically devastated.
I'm mad.
Like,
I hate.
I wrote it like this. Fuck you
I know,
guys.
fuck you guys.
This is the way it goes. Play it like this.
That's not how it goes.
It's staccato. It's much to it, damn it.
Eyes right, eyes in.
Footsteps.
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 So,
Wow. This video is going to be blocked
Yeah.
immediately.
Yes.
Well, I think you can say that. This is from Young Frankenstein, right? Footsteps.
Yes. Footsteps.
Footsteps. Oh, great. Now, young friend. Now Mel Brooks is coming after us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, actually, I feel very blessed to work with, the current guys and you and everybody we worked with, because, when you come up with a song idea, in your head, it's fine the way it is usually. I mean, sometimes I'll know sometimes, hey, this part doesn't work, but I'm going to show, bring it down, let the guys, get under the hood and kind of see if we can make it work. Maybe the part doesn't work for the song, maybe it should just go, or maybe it works for the song but needs to be kind of, reworked a bit. So, and everybody contributes, which is really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Because people come up with ideas, like especially Joey's guitar parts and your guitar parts. It's always stuff I would never think of because I'm very linear in my playing and writing. I have my rhythm thing going, but you guys always add the spice, I would say, to the recipe. There's these little guitar lines and stuff that just add to the song that I would never think of. They just don't come to my mind. So it's really great to have that stuff added. And one thing I've always said about our songs is when 5 of us are in a room and we've worked on the song and we come to the point where we've played it through a number of times and we think it's finished, everybody in the room thinks it's finished at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
I having been there, and I'm not taking away anything from what you guys do now, but
No.
I know exactly what you mean. I know those moments that we did, and I'm sure Joey appreciates it, just like you said it now, that that's the song.
Yeah, because I mean, we have some that we're working on now that are, they're there, they're close, but they're not quite ready. They're still simmering. That's what songs do. They kind of simmer and then it's done. When it's done, it's done.
Yeah, because I think that's one of the things that's amazing about the band is you guys are in your own way on the same page as far as, all right, that's right for the song. That's the sound of the band. That's it. We're done. And everyone agrees to that. That's not a common thing because there's always someone going, I don't know. I'm not happy with my parts. You should do this. But you guys have always been like in your own ways. Okay, yeah, that's it. That's the sound. That's the direction. This is what we're doing. And everyone agrees to it. That's not an easy thing to do to have. And you guys have had that for over 30 years plus that I've known you guys.
Yeah, that was before I was born.
Yeah, so true.
I mean, those guys are so old. So that was way before I was born. So.
It's probably a lot rarer than we think, and we don't realize it because we've always had it, which has been really cool. And it's not like anybody. If somebody has an idea and say, hey, what do you think about for this section? We try this. We're always willing to try it, and sometimes it would take the song in a new direction, which is great. And other times we try it and determine it doesn't work. So, and that's very cool. But by the time, we all kind of, like Joey says, it marinates. And the funny thing is sometimes when we think we've finished, if we don't get to record it right away, 6 months down the road, we're adding little bits to it, nothing that changes the main structure typically, but we're still, kind of coming up with little guitar bits and stuff that add to it even more.
Right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I think that's awesome. So, you guys have been working through this, and there was a brief pause, during the COVID crisis. Where you guys, recording studios were not, you know, considered
Essential.
essential at all, and there was still the fear of people being in closed rooms together and stuff. So, what was it like getting back into the studio to start picking back up on getting this project going
Oh,
again?
we've gotten back in the studio.
Yeah.
Well, you had to do something.
Actually, this song was Jimmy. When was this done? This was done December, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So before, it just had to be the final mix, and the mastering had to be done.
Okay.
So that was-
it was done early. We were actually going to release it in December, but friends of ours, actually, Craving was releasing something in December,
Okay.
and I believe Revel 9 was also released something in December, and it's like rather than everybody releasing at one point, like well, let's hold off until February. That was or January or February, and then we were working on stuff and then as things go on, it's like it just got forgotten about. Like, wait a minute, why are we holding off on releasing this? So finally in April, is like, hey, let's release that because nobody's releasing anything. And then
Yeah, I mean,
it's 6 weeks to a month before you can actually put it out when you say you're going to release it. So it took that long.
This release is it like an EP? How many songs?
It's just a single right now. This is for
Okay.
the upcoming album.
But you have a bunch of other songs
Yeah.
in the works.
Oh yeah.
I have a bunch of the songs in the works and some done. Eight
Now,
are
who-
complete or close to complete, and another 3.
Okay, now who's producing you guys this go around? I understand you have another set of ears at the helm.
Yeah, we have Bob Stander this time, who is just it's the common thing to say he's amazing, but that this is absolutely true. We were using Mickey, who did the last album, Thick as Thieves.
Mm-hmm.
And it just wasn't gelling, But I mean, some of that is me coming into the band. We went right into the studio, and I was trying to take up Tommy's place, and I was struggling with it. Tommy's a great guitar player. I play completely different, and I was trying to be something I wasn't, so that was not easy.
But then you had the operation, and then
yeah, right. Then I had that, and yeah.
addicted me.
There's Paul Kane. How you doing, buddy?
Hey Paul.
How
Hey,
you doing?
Paul.
I made it. I'm just
Yeah, take your time. Take
Oh,
your time.
man.
We're talking about some of the Grimm Jack stuff, and then we'll go deep into you guys in just a few minutes.
go ahead, do your thing.
Okay, man. It's good to see you made it. Good to see you.
It's good to see you, man.
Yeah. So Paul is from Ton Mojo, and they also have a release
I'm wearing
right
the shirt.
there. There he is. Got the shirt.
Nice.
Got the shirt. I gotta
You're
get
not
me
supposed,
one of
you're
them
not
shirts,
supposed to
man.
do that, but I did it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Absolutely. And you got to remember, we are not censored here, so you just
I've had it all-
speak freely
I've-
at all points.
All right.
Okay.
So, to your point, Joe, yeah. So, I know during when I left, there was you were, and thank you for the compliment on my playing. You are a superb player yourself, but a different player.
Yeah. Yeah.
And-
Very different.
But mentally we're the same. So there's no reason why you couldn't do everything.
Yeah.
you've done for
Unfortunately for Grimm Jack.
Yeah, that you got the two mental cases. But once that dust settled and you landed on your feet, right? Did the superhero fucking landing like you're Iron Man.
Oh yeah,
And-
I have to, right?
You have to because you got to look good.
Yeah.
And pulled it together and just slid right into this like I slide into porn stars DMs
Yeah.
and really just kind of made these songs. You became the Grimm Jack of now, and it's spectacular.
Yeah, and
So-
it's just different,
Yeah.
and it's like anything. You change a member, it's a big piece,
I I think if they had just gotten, someone who played exactly like me, that would have just. I don't think that would have lasted. Personally, Jim,
Right.
I don't think it would have. Like I didn't play like Rich. You know.
Yeah, always this problem with for me. Yes. No, you know what? You know what?
Like Rich.
Joe, Joe is. We've told him he's a godsend because when you left, on good terms.
Not myself mentally, but yeah.
Yeah, but we really didn't know, and we thought of a couple of people, and it was kind of like what you said. There were people that played like you, but they weren't you. And we found Joe really quickly, and actually we were playing a show, and Joe's wife NJ said, because at the time Joe was mostly doing cover bands, and Joe's wife NJ said, if you were going to be in an original project again, this is the band you should be in. And you were on stage at the time, and little did he know that you wouldn't, you were leaving soon. And so when he came to us,
Right.
and for all of us, there was an adjustment period because we were used to you for a long, long time. And now Joe and I have gotten when we work on our guitar parts together, we're really gotten this cool symbiotic thing going on. And it's just, he adds what you added to songs, but in a different way. It's just different, different approach. But it works for the Grimm Jack approach, which is really cool.
Absolutely, man. Just a beautiful, beautiful palette that he brings.
It's amazing how the sound of the band always changed with each member that came through the doors of the band, but always remained the same. Like I was saying before, it's like the signature sound of the band is always going to be there, but the different members, I believe, add different layers and influences because of their individuality that they bring to the table.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, my old go-to is, I'm a very Black Crowes, Rolling Stones, Aerosmith feel. Not that Tommy isn't, but Grimm Jack was a heavier sound, and I talked to Lenny. Is like, yeah, I'd like to clean them up just a little bit, And I remember us talking about that right in the beginning. He's like, yeah, let me just put a little, they have that sleaze. Let me just clean up that sound just a little bit, get a little more Stones.
I mean, keep the sleeves, but have it a little like you took a shower or something.
Yeah.
Scrub some of that shit off.
and I absolutely, when we were recording this and this was one of the first songs we went into the studio with Bob to do, and we all kind of looked at each other afterwards after the initial recording and like, wow, the guitars are really, really clean, really clean, cleaner than it sounds when it's all mixed together like this. It sounds heavier, but it's definitely old school 70s. I mean, I'm straight into that Marshall back there, right. Straight in, no effects, no, it's just straight in, and it's clean, it's just loud. And Jimmy, you used his Marshall there, right? Bob's, right? Is that what you used?
Yeah, I did it very similar to my 50 watt.
Yeah,
real similar, and the sound was so close that I didn't want to carry my damn thing down the stairs anymore.
yeah.
Too heavy.
So Bob's got some great equipment. I just happened to bring the mine is actually the 900 SLX, which I run clean, and it's just loud. It's just loud. The SLX is not like any other 900.
No, the SLX is a
completely different animal. It's like an 800.
Yeah,
it's just got two master volumes.
So speaking of that, I mean, let's get right into it. I mean, what gear did you use for this particular track? I know you just went over the Marshalls. I mean, you guys just went straight in and just fucking crushed it. Straight
into the Marshall. No. This one I did not even use. I like to use the Supro Boost a lot of times. I did not even use that. This was just straight into the Marshall, and using the Access on this song. Even though I'm not using the whammy on it, I use the Access, the Les Paul.
It's got a distinct sound. It
Yeah.
definitely does. Whether you use a whammy or not, the guitar is a different sounding Les Paul.
Yeah.
Definitely is. I mean, I'm during today's episode, I'm using mine as well.
Yeah.
And I'm playing and listening to it, and it's different than my other Pauls.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. They're cool guitars. People should check them out.
Yeah.
Little wider neck, little deeper reach. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And what did
yeah.
you use, man? Do you remember? It was like 800 years ago.
I'm sorry, you told me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
You use the
Oh,
you use the
talking to you.
you use the blue guitar, right?
Yeah. What are you talking? I use my Epiphone Les Paul.
Yeah.
I think you changed the pickup in.
Yeah, the Marzio 36.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And-
love that pickup.
Yeah, it got a great sound again, straight into the Marshall. And Bob's just got a great setup where he's got the speakers are in a completely different room
Yeah.
nearby, and he's got a mic in there so you can crank
Yeah,
the hell
yeah.
out of it and, not make your ears bleed, but get a really nice tone.
Well, that is, believe it or not, kids, that's how you make a Marshall work.
Yeah. Just
Les
loud.
Paul's through a Marshall, man. It doesn't get more rock and roll than that.
No,
Absolutely.
man,
No, it doesn't.
Just blast that fucker and just.
Yeah, and I'm
Ugh.
just trying to think if it was the Access or the other Les Paul. I just don't know. I think every song on this recording has had a different guitar. I used your old Junior on Crazy. So,
Oh, that's such a cool guitar.
Yeah.
That thing is so cool. That thing has seen
Yeah.
seen more headstock breaks than.
the Tom Anderson sitting right there was used for out in the cold, I think. It's like every guitar is. The Kotzen's on there somewhere too. I just don't remember. I'm trying to think about the tapping part. I didn't think that was the Access.
Oh man, you know what? It's so funny. You read these interviews or you see these interviews, and people know exactly what fucking mic they used.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I used the Telefunken, 421, and it was about 7 millimeters away from the cone because I cut out the front plate, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure there was a microphone used. I don't know what it was. He stuck it in front of the amp. I turned it all the way up. Everything was
Yeah.
good.
And you know what it is I noticed that, I have like the 5 guitars I use all the time, and mostly it's this Les Paul, and I just hadn't remember I brought the Access down, and that might have been the one that was used on it. I just don't know anymore. That's
It
pretty
was in
bad.
tune.
Yeah, or with me it doesn't have to be.
Nah, close enough.
Yeah,
So, we
So.
had that Van Halen conversation a little earlier.
Yeah.
Anyway, so well, congratulations on this.
thanks.
I know
Yeah,
the
I put a little bit
record-
of the video up behind it also. So so the video was released, and it's we'll put the link down for the it's what they call the Here Now page. It has all the links for where to get the single and stuff.
Well,
and,
get it, people. Listen to it. Put it.
More
share it.
exciting coming up is on July 30th. We're doing a show with Ton Mojo again. These guys we are very tight with these guys. Love these guys. And,
Great.
I feel so close because, like, we've been helping each other back and forth. Matter of fact, I did a voiceover for their other promo, which was a lot of fun.
And it was slamming.
Yeah, it was good. I'm gonna pop that on in just a second. But we are playing Barnum Ballroom in Island Park with them on July 30th. So this is gonna be a good time. We've done a couple shows with them, so we always
I'm
have a
looking
great
forward
time.
to that, man.
Yeah, we're a good fit together because we are definitely not the same, but we're not too far apart either.
No, it's a great matchup.
Yeah.
It's a great matchup.
Yeah, and that's the thing about these days. You get a couple of bands that you're close with, and I just remember, man, like back in the '80s, we all hated each other in bands. It was always so competitive, right?
Oh my God! Yeah.
Well, there was
so
like a
competitive, and now it's
rivalry
like-
going on.
Hey, at least we're all still around the same age and we're still breathing, so we gotta be friends now because we might end up in a band at some point together.
I know at this point.
We're too weak to fight too, so
I can't remember
So-
who I'm mad at anymore.
But yeah, I mean, like you go to a show with Ton Mojo, and I'm just sitting there like checking them out. I love what they're doing. It's I'm fans of theirs too. So, it's
And,
cool to
and we're
do.
the same way with you guys, man.
That's awesome. So I'll tell you
It's
what.
going to be great. I'm really looking forward to that July 30th show.
That's going to be a great show.
I was talking to Dave Black.
Mhm.
I mean, I'd like to keep this going out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do one in July, do one in September. You know,
Absolutely.
this kind of thing, and I don't know, maybe get a third band too. Just pack that place up and
Yeah.
get everybody in there and show them what rock and roll is. You know, show them
Absolutely.
what's
Supposed to be
happening.
about.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
rock and roll.
and to your point about hating everybody back in the '80s, I mean, well, you know, some people,
Yeah, just some.
but you know, who's got a band? He got a band.
He's thinking about coming down and like, yeah, Grimm Jack's playing tonight. You know, but the opening band, I don't know them, and you know, so maybe they go, you know, those are two really good bands. So now,
Dude.
That was brought in when we had Ernie, our singer, the first singer.
Wow.
But when Dave joined the band, we kind of resurrected it because, you know, he's got the pipes for it. You know what I
Oh
mean?
my God.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding, man.
Yeah,
So
he is great.
that happened with a couple of songs that we had laying on the back burner. We're like, hey man, let's bust them out and see what we can do with them. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we recorded Stop Getting Off, and we did, you know, there's a couple of new ones there, but that's the plan. You know, Stop Getting Off is first. I think we're gonna do Carmelita in July, and then Bad Love is gonna come out after that.
Nice. Nice.
Where we're
you
set to do a
have a
video
nice
for-
little lead up going to this. Maybe we'll have to
Yeah,
do one
that's-
around the same time you guys. We should figure it out when you guys are doing it. We'll alternate months or something for our next
It
one.
might be
Oh, that's a cool idea.
Yeah.
It might be cool to do it just like it was going on there, both in May. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, we worked the promo angle together. We got the gig together. This, like I said, man, it's building something and kind of sharing the love. I don't see anything
Absolutely.
wrong with, you know, building something. You know,
Absolutely,
and
absolutely.
And
And, you know,
letting the city know and letting Long Island know, especially Long Island, come to this fucking show. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
come
it's
to
gonna be a
this
good
show.
show.
It's going to be good. You know, and that's what I want to do for the next. How much time is it? Another couple of months. I want to promo the hell out of this thing.
Yeah, you can
I
say
want-
the shit out of it. That's right.
Huh?
You can say you can promo the shit out of it or the fuck out of it.
Yeah,
it doesn't
I
matter.
want-
Out of it.
We're not censored.
I was there for. I was there a couple weeks ago for 25th Mission. 25th
Yeah.
Mission.
Streetlight, right?
And Streetlight Circus. It was a great show, and that place is a great venue. And then, you know, I want to pack them in there, man. I want to pack them in there. I want people there. I want them to dig what you are doing and what we're doing.
Yeah. Well, if they like one band, they're gonna like the other one. Unfortunately, if
It's
they
gonna
hate
be-
one of us, they're gonna hate both of us.
Hey, listen, we're gonna let them have it. We're gonna
Yeah,
let them have
absolutely. Well, that's the thing too. Is like both of these bands are very entertaining. Even if you're not a huge fan of that style of music, like I don't even know how, but
You gotta-
both bands are very entertaining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to see a rock show. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're not going to see, it's not a cover band with people just standing there, you know, the singer going, you know, dance. It's not how this fucking works. This is rock and roll. This is live. It's fucking seat of your pants. There's going to be, you know, there's going to be moments you're like, you know, holding your breath because you don't know what the fuck's happening yet.
Right.
You know, who knows who's going to fall off stage? It can happen. You know, it's going to be a little reckless. But it's rock and roll. It's not the normal shit that people see as far as the cover bands and stuff go, where people would go, yeah,
Absolutely.
you know. So
Reckless to say the least.
reckless and fucking come, be excited, man. See an exciting show. Fucking, it's not, you know, it's not. This ain't a cover gig, man. This is fucking live, real, balls to the wall, fucking rock and roll.
Tommy is exactly right. That's exactly the way we should be putting it out there with every
Yeah.
bit of promo we do. Let these guys, let the people know exactly what they're going to get. I mean, there'll be a few surprises. I'm not talking, you know, we're not gonna list our set at the door, but let them know they're coming to see a balls out rock show.
Yeah.
And
That's what they
and
want.
I'm
people
gonna
who
let the
wanna
cat
be-
out of the bag. Paul told us he was coming in a dress, so
Which is still rock and roll.
He's
Oh,
gonna
I
play
thought you
drums
said he
with
had
the
a
dress.
new address.
that's
with
it.
nothing on underneath.
That's it.
Would expect nothing less.
He was gonna say it was a kilt, but we know it's just a dress. It's a sundress.
It's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good.
Absolutely. It's gonna be really good.
And we got that show in June. You know, we got that show in June in Forest Park
Okay.
in Queens. You know,
Yeah.
and believe me, man, we're gonna have the little flyers for this gig, for our gig, and every time somebody comes up to that merch table, we're gonna be in Queens. It's that much closer to Long Island.
Right.
I'm gonna tell them, hey, man, July 30th, come on out to Long Island. It's whatever.
Absolutely.
I'll list the fucking train schedule if I have to, and I'll put it on the back of it.
Definitely. Yeah. So,
But
Paul, where
people
did
gotta know
you
what's
guys?
happening. They got to know what's happening. They got to know it's going to be good.
Yeah. Tell me, where did you record "Stop Getting Off"?
This is SST Studios in Weehawken. I work there actually. It's a backline company. We do it's a huge recording studio there. They have a couple studios upstairs. They have, like I said, it's a full backline company. They do major tours. They do backline for major tours like all that iHeart radio stuff.
Right.
Alicia Keys, all her shit is done through us. That artist, her.
Oh yeah.
She's always working through us. Yeah. It's a whole top line, company.
Wow.
And since I worked there, I asked the guys if we could get in there and record, and they were like, yeah, sure. So we got it done, like I said, just before COVID hit full blown.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, big room, all the stuff you guys are talking about, we recorded live. Well, live, I mean, it was drums. The whole band was set up in the room, and we kept what we obviously were getting drums and bass, but anything we needed to do, we just did over. And, yeah, man, they had the Marshalls in there and the big bass rig, and I had the Ludwigs from the classic Maples from 1986 with the 24-inch bass drum, and they were fucking booming. And
wow.
Yeah, we just let it rip, man.
Very cool, man.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Very, very rock and roll.
Yeah.
SST is great, man. That place is amazing.
Awesome. So, being one of the hosts of the MRG show, we have certain things we always have to ask.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm going to ask each one of you guys, right? So, Paul, you got to give me one of those Spinal Tap moments. You got a Spinal Tap moment that you want to share with us, like where shit went really awry?
Let's see. I'm trying to think of one, but
Think about one.
don't
Jimmy,
know.
do you have one while he's thinking?
Yeah, let me.
Yeah,
think about it.
when we played in the city and Dave passed out on the drum kit.
That's right. That's right.
That's about as awry as you can go.
Yeah, that's right. We did a show at Bowery Electric for Wendingo, right? And for Wendy and
Those baby
Dave
eaters? What, the dingoes?
Yeah, that's right. Dave got sick. And, we went into Strong. We figured we could get through Strong without him, right? Well, I think he started the song and then he went off, and we ended up doing another song after that too, right?
Yeah, we didn't even know he was gone at first.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess he hits lighter than we think,
Yeah. I saw him walk past me downstairs. Yeah, that's right. I don't forgot about that one.
Yeah, that's comes to mind immediately because
Yeah.
that was a real what do we do? Is Dave okay? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that was funny.
It's not like breaking a string,
No, not at all. And Tommy, you had one. You had an old Grimm Jack one too, right?
yeah. Jim, this was during one of the transition things, but we had done. We had managers at the time who were really, really working hard. Though I'm not going to mention their names, but we had done a few SIR shows for record companies. So there was one, and this was a good one. So it was usually like the Tuesday or Thursday night where the low level people will come and see you to see if they. I had this Gretsch through string lasting through, and if people know anything, they have the bridge that's not fit in the middle of the song. That there was no recovery, and at the time I was the only one playing guitar.
You sound, Tom.
Jim's like, I don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything different.
Oh no.
So
Were you guys talking about my shit as I went and got a guitar?
that was
Oh man.
I was able to change guitar. There was just no. There'll be more.
We were opening for Kicks at Mexico. Well, it used to be called Mexicali. Now it's called drums set up in front of him. That moment, but I don't know how many people caught it. Two, he backs up and takes a spill. Keanu Reeves, the where these guys back up. They've been
Matrix.
Yeah, the Matrix. Yeah, he did a Matrix
He
move.
did like a Matrix move, man. He tripped over this thing and he was going down. I said, "Oh shit, he's falling over." It's right, just like Tommy's doing. And he bent back and fucking stood right back up. He did. Somehow he went down and got up like that. I was fucking amazed. I was like, "Oh shit!" And then
Yeah.
another song later, Scotty turns around and he's, coming towards the drums to do a little, we're rocking and rolling together. And boom, he falls forward and he hits one knee and bang, the guitar makes a crazy sound and he pops right up too. And I was like, Jesus Christ, I don't know how they did that. And then Kyle just ran over and took the stand right off the stage, crash cymbal and all. So I only had 2 cymbals left.
Wow. And I'll tell you, watching Dave live, like, I don't know how he's not falling down half the time anyway. I mean, he is such a great showman live. I mean, I'm looking at him like, he reminds me a little bit like I'm a little nuts on stage. Like shit always breaks. I'm the top of the bar and everything else. I'm an asshole on stage. And Dave reminds me so much like, oh, thank God we're not in band together. Because it would be a fucking disaster.
You guys are just
You can't have 2 people like that in a band.
Yeah,
you can't have 2 people playing Ted Nugent.
He gets all over. We have a 3-song policy with Dave. He's got to be cool for 3 songs, then he can go nuts.
Yeah, he's just like the backbends. I have a couple of pictures that I put up behind you that kind of explain what he's like. So it was good. We have some people chiming in. Andrea and Janet wanted to say hi, Paul.
Hey, Andrea.
Okay.
And then Richard Correo wanted to ask us from Grimm Jack, what was the final bit we added before we called it a wrap? And I can tell exactly what it was. The song had actually been completed, but we played it out live a bunch, and also playing it in the studio. The one thing at the end of the song, it kind of just ends with a chord, and then what happens is like, wow, I don't remember. We always laugh that I had these Beatle chords to everything, So I like to add 9 chords and shit, So, so at the end of the song, I had added this little part, that you kind of hear, but we couldn't get into the studio, so I actually recorded it here, in this studio here, and I sent the songs over to Bob, and he tagged it on the end of the song. So that was the last little bit that wrapped up the song.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and it was just that stupid little 3 notes. It was 12 notes, but it was the same 3 notes repeated. But it was one of those things we were talking about. It was like, I really wish we had put that on. Really wish we would put it on. And Jimmy says, well, just see if Bob will let you throw it on. So we did. It was like we were going to go back in the studio, but we were waiting so long that I just decided to do it here.
You did math.
So it was fun. But so that's how that got done.
Awesome.
So. And Dave Brooks says, hi, guys. Hey, Paul.
Dave.
Good to see you. Dave
What's
Brooks,
up,
great
Dave?
guy. Right?
Now that's another band to add on your bill.
Oh,
Honor Among Thieves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Badass band.
Yeah.
Badass band. Dave's
We need to do a
motherfucker.
festival with all the good New York bands.
Yeah.
Late Night Dave.
Yep.
That'd be good for the Barnum Ballroom too. Dave, us, you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
If we to do 3,
Yeah. Yeah, we'd do that. Hey,
You know what you're getting
we're not
yourself
getting
into.
any money anyway, so who's kidding?
Yeah.
Honor Among Thieves is going to be on that June 19th show in Forest Park, you guys.
Oh, cool.
Oh, awesome. All right, so that's June 19th. June 19th, people.
Yeah.
Big fucking deal. I'm putting it
Yeah.
down.
Start
definitely.
to 12.
Awesome. So, Dave, yeah, we ought to actually have you on here more often. I have to make a point of getting you guys on here.
Yeah,
especially
definitely,
when
no
you're releasing
question.
something. Since we are now the official station of the release parties. Us and Dave Jack and Paul Trez are doing a great job over on Double Trouble Radio, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
They really are. So it's nice to they actually talked to us on a couple days before the release, right, Jimmy?
Yeah,
Talked
I was
to you and
coming
Billy,
back
right?
before. Yep.
I was on hold. They wouldn't let me.
Yeah,
on.
yes, you were on
There's a
hold.
reason. I think Jimmy called in Lily. Don't let him talk. Don't let him talk. Just keep
Well, you keep adding things to the ends of songs. You know? And we have to stop that.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Thank you for calling, please.
I don't know. That sounded pretty cool, man. That sounded pretty cool what he was playing there.
No, it is. It is. And it really finished off the song nice because Billy's vocal kind of fades at the end in there, and that just is a perfect accompaniment. It kind of,
That's cool.
you know, they both back each other up, which is very cool.
Cool. What's the tune called again? I'm sorry.
Hang down. Hang down.
Oh, that one. Oh,
Yeah.
See, man, I'm fucked up.
Yeah, no, it's at the end. It's at the end of the song. Yeah, we haven't put anything else out yet, but maybe around the same time you guys put yours out. We'll follow up a couple of weeks later, like we just did with this one.
That's what 6 hours in a car driving from Ocean City, Maryland will do to you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us, though, man. I know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Look, you know, back in the day, it would be, you know, get out of the van, get into the club, play, get back in the van, drive to the next place, be drunk, get up, play. You know, same thing.
Yeah.
So, Paul, after we got somebody else coming on. Oh, look at Gigi's coming on.
Gigi Zen Garden?
Yeah. He is. Wow. We're going to have a fucking party here pretty soon.
Is Andrea still there?
He's a sweetheart. Very supportive of everybody.
Let me see.
She was there doing merch for the Streetlight Circus guys on May 15th there.
Dave Brooks just chimed in. I can't tell who's on live right now. Probably could if I had any idea what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah, dude. I'm
But-
pretty sure if we knew something, we would probably be all over this shit.
Yeah, if we weren't idiots, we'd be good at this.
Well, speaking of
We
that,
keep, we keep
better
talking.
than I.
These major rock stars are coming onto this show. I don't know how we're doing. That's loyal to Lenny. I don't know what he's doing.
yeah, it's
but
Lenny.
Lenny could sweet talk the pants off of anything.
Yeah.
like you get a call from Lenny, like, I got Billy Sheehan. Like, what? You got who?
Show.
Wait, the Billy Sheehan? How the fuck did you do that?
Not his.
It's like,
not
I
his
got Steve Lynch from Autograph. Like, what?
Not his cousin Billy.
Yeah.
Billy Bob Sheehan.
Where's George?
I know. Gigi's
know.
phone.
He's
Gigi's
on the phone. Oh, he's on the phone. He called in.
Oh, he called it in.
We have a caller.
Gigi,
Yeah.
What's going on, boys?
Good to see you, Gigi.
Long time.
Gigi, what's up, brother?
Caller.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
Let me rename him.
Rename me.
Yeah,
You're gonna rename me Wee Little Gigi? Is that what you're gonna do?
I should. I should.
Yeah, we got Paul from 10 Ton too, George.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How are you?
We're doing good.
You're good, man.
Yeah, we were just talking about releases and stuff, and these guys got a good idea. They're you have 13 songs, right, Paul? Is what you got?
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
they got about 13
13.
songs. They're releasing them as singles, which is I mean, nowadays unless you're releasing something like truly on vinyl, because I guess nobody buys CDs anymore.
Yeah, they
Unless
an
you're
artist will put out a song on like Spotify and all those places.
Yep.
And then they wait, and then they do another song.
Yeah.
And the days of touring behind a record or an EP, it's just more logical to stretch the dollar by doing it this way. It's smart.
Yeah. I mean, eventually we might put out maybe do an EP or we'll put it all out on a record. But for starters,
Yeah.
because it just makes sense, man.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And the risk as a local band, I mean, this is my belief.
Mhm.
Not a lot of people listen past number 3. So why put out a whole fucking record
Right.
and blow your load, as they say. And when you can get, here's our new one, here's our new one, here's our
Right.
new one. Do a little video with it and just get like I said, get a lot more mileage out of it. And,
It's easier for the people to digest it. You're not throwing everything at it at once.
exactly.
You film maybe one or two, and then you say, oh, okay, and then you wait, and then boom.
Exactly.
Do you remember the movie Colors?
It's been
Yeah,
a long
yeah.
One?
A long time from the 90s, right? Remember that? I remember the cop telling the younger cop. It was like he's talking about these two bulls up on top of the hill, He's like, yeah, let's go run down the hill and fuck one of those cows.
Okay.
And then the other guy's like, no, let's walk down there and fuck all of them. And that's what Paul's saying about his
Yeah,
single.
yeah.
Let's like go down and fuck everybody with these singles.
You're comparing 10 Ton Mojo's single plan to fucking cows. I don't.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
I'm not following you.
There's an analogy there.
There's something there. He means it's let's take our time with this.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, let's-
There you go.
One
He knew
single
where I was
per
going.
year for the next
Just 'cause I'm
13 years. Is that right?
fucking nuts doesn't mean, I don't have a point here.
Hey, Paul, I want to ask you, where did you guys come up with the name 10 Ton Mojo for the band?
Funny you should ask. Somebody asked me this. I was telling Joey I was down in Ocean City, Maryland this past weekend. We usually do a golf trip to Myrtle Beach every year. Yes, I play golf, and we usually go to Myrtle Beach. But this time, because of COVID and all the guys didn't want to fly and everything like that. Well, back when they were booking the trip, so they decided to go to Ocean City. So this is going on a year or two. I haven't seen all these guys, and they're always asking about the band and what's going on. And one guy said, "How you get the name 10 Ton Mojo?" And I said, "Well, Ernie, the first singer, he thought of that. He said he was sitting there one night. He was thinking about how, everybody is in possession of a mojo. You know what I mean? We all have a mojo. Can you get your mojo working? How's your mojo and all of that?" And he said, "How would it be if you were in possession of a 10-ton mojo? What kind of guy would you be, or what kind of girl would you be if you had 10 tons of mojo?" So he came in, he was like, "I think I got the name for the band.
Yeah.
10 Ton Mojo." So we were like, "Fuck yeah, that's good."
Good. Paul, before you got on, we were talking about, Joey said 2 of you guys from the band were going to be on. So I was trying to do the math and say, well, is that 4 Ton Mojo? Because each of you is apparently 2 tons of mojo.
That would be 2/5 of mojo.
2/5.
2.5.
That sounds like a drink. I'll have a 2/5 of mojo, please.
5 guys and each guy's a fifth. That makes it. Oh well, yeah, whatever. You were on to something.
Sort of.
2 tons, 4 tons. I think you had it right the first one. 4 tons of mojo.
4 tons of mojo.
That's good.
Tommy wants to know if that was metric tons, and he lost me completely on that.
How'd you guys get the name Grimm Jack?
Yeah, that was my question for you.
Well, we had this lead singer named Ernie, and he had this. And he wakes up one day and he goes, "I dreamed this thing about this guy named Grimm Jack, and that's a good name for the band." And we said, "Yeah, that's good." No, Grimm Jack actually.
I knew a guy named Jack. He was very grim.
Yes. No,
Now,
that
was Grimm Jack a comic book character?
He is. He is. Long time ago, back in the late 80s. Very cool comic book character, independent comic. And when we first started, we actually was using, it was spelled Grimm with 1 M in the comic. And we were actually using their logo on some of our flyers just because we thought it was cool. And then we got a cease and desist letter from them.
Oh, shit.
So at that point, we said, well, we've kind of built up a lot with the name. And we said, let's add an extra M. That way we're not infringing on their copyright. And actually, one of the brothers Grimm from, story legend is named Jack, which is pretty interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
Wow.
Right. So it was the brothers Grimm and Jack, and it was the whole switching around of stuff. So it was pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
And the comic book doesn't exist anymore, so we outlasted them.
How many different logos do you guys have? Because I know we snatched the logo where the Grimm and the Jack has kind of these cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm just lazy. That's why MRG has that one thing. That's all we got. I'm too lazy to look at anything else.
Yeah, maybe for 2000. Oh wait, what year is it?
Oh wait.
Maybe we'll update it.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys been doing this since 2008?
No.
Oh.
We started this to correspond with the pandemic because
Yeah. This started 2 weeks into the pandemic.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. No. This
That's
had actually
great.
started out. Me and Tommy we're talking. The show was supposed to be called "Fuck You."
Yeah.
Because we was always that's part of the segment, but that's coming up.
That's awesome.
Is we talk about, like, fuck, this guy is so talented, it makes me want to stop playing guitar,
Songwriters.
So that's what it was supposed to be about, like, fuck you, Ian
I
Thornton.
get it.
Ian Thornley and it was actually fuck you, Ian Thornley and Richie Kotzen.
Yeah.
Pretty much that was the name of the show.
Yeah. And then we figured, maybe we'll try to get a couple people to like us first before we start that. Now we're just going to go into that. That's going to be one of the segments next. It's just fucking whatever, And then it just happened, like, our first guest was Lenny. And, Lenny is the one who introduced me to Grimm Jack, and ended up introducing me into the band. And Lenny and I go back since we were 5 years old, actually.
Yeah.
So it's just natural, and
Cub Scouts.
he's not as much an idiot as me and Tommy are when it comes to gear.
Right.
Lenny at least will talk about shit that other people want to hear.
Right. He asks the good questions, the ones that I steal from.
Yeah.
him.
Like we're sitting there harping on, no, you really use that type of tube? Why did you use that? Why didn't you use this?
Was that a 20-foot cable or a 22-foot cable you used for that? 'Cause
Like, what do you think about the resistance on that? And Lenny was sitting there rolling his eyes saying, guys, shut the fuck up.
And then I start about the 9-volt batteries. Like, oh my God, please, Christ almighty, stop.
Yeah.
What does Gigi have to say about all this?
I don't know.
Yeah, Gigi.
DJ.
We haven't had a chance to hear you talk at all.
Look at that 9-volt battery. See, did you guys ever try that one? That's Joey and I show.
Yeah.
I'm absorbing the interesting conversation here, Joey. I love hearing about the 9 volts. Yes, it's great.
He's gonna veer off the road and fucking just crash into the freaking guardrail.
Absolutely.
But I can't take this shit anymore.
He's driving?
Yeah, he's driving.
Oh, man. I could not do this if I was driving. Shit.
Yeah. That's why there's
I
no
can
video,
barely
because he's
text
not
him
yet.
more than fucking-
He's just listening. He
You
doesn't
could
want
probably
to.
turn the video on and would be terrified.
I think we weren't sure if Jimmy was going to make it on, and I think Billy called Gigi and said, just make sure Joey doesn't talk too much.
I called Dave. He was going to come on, but it's something wacky with his phone was happening, so it's not going to make it.
Yeah, not a problem, man. It's good to have you on. So let me ask. We got to do the fuck you section since we have it open here now,
And everybody's
Right.
here.
and everybody's here. So Jimmy, you first. That
Wow.
one guy that you look at, and when he's playing something and he's saying, "What the fuck?" One guy frustrates you so much. Is like, "Wow, I'll never play like that," or
It varies because there's the guys that I really like. Like, I'm a big Ace Frehley fan.
Yeah.
Always liked him, and I guess he would be a good fuck you because I can do a lot of the finger moves that he does playing, but it doesn't sound like him. Because he's got it in his fingers. He just has that sound, and he's got that very kind of he plays lines that you remember in solos. It's not just a lot of ramblings. And while he's not like the flashiest, fastest guy around, I'll just say just because of his feel, and I'll say him just because of that.
Look,
All
man,
right. Good, very good.
It's not the first FU that Ace has gotten.
No,
Eh,
definitely not.
Certainly, I always say, man, if there were no Ace, there would be no Tommy. I swear to God, because if he didn't do what he did, I wouldn't be playing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were a fan.
Oh yeah, all that. Just I don't know. Kiss was cool. As a kid, you see, the freaking that live record. It's just like, fuck, man, this is what rock and roll is, right? I mean, to a 12-year-old kid, this is what it is. So, yeah, I agree with you. Definitely fuck you, Ace.
Definitely. How about you, Paul? Who you giving a fuck you out to?
Well, I don't know if you could. I did say what the fuck when I went to the NAMM show last January before the COVID deal.
Yeah.
I had the honor of sitting in and playing with Billy Sheehan.
Yeah.
We met at the guy who Rotor Sound strings, the strings that he plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys had to get together at a bar out there in Santa Ana and had a band together, and me and my son both got to sit in and play with him,
Wow.
And I was like, this fucking guy, he plays the bass like I couldn't even aspire to play the drums the way he fucking plays bass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
He's
saying?
amazing. And
So
such
I
a
got
nice
two-
guy, too. So
Yeah.
nice.
He's so
He
nice.
played circles around everybody, but everybody was like right there with him.
Yeah.
And it was so fucked up, man. It was so fucked up.
Yeah.
But I guess, that's just, you got to admire that guy. That fucking, the talent and the playing, it's just amazing. Drummers, I'd say, I don't know, man. I was never too, I'm not a technical guy, and I never aspired to be very technical on the drums. I mean, the closest I got was a buddy of mine in high school. We used to sit there, we'd set the drums up together and sit there trading fours and try to put all the rush fills, all the near
Hurts, yeah.
in there we could,
Yeah.
But I really never gave a fuck about anybody who could go bananas on the drums. I admired some of them like Vinnie Colaiuta and Dave Weckl and guys like that.
Yeah.
But my favorite guys are, all the drummers who played with Joe Jackson. You know what I'm saying? These guys, they played the song, and, Clem Burke and fucking Mickey Curry. These guys who were like the 2 and 4 guys, but they recorded some of the greatest drum tracks and most memorable drum tracks. So when I see those guys, I'm like, I'd like to, I want to play the song like that. So yeah.
Well, Paul, you got a great point, because just like with us, we believe it's whatever makes the song work, all the ingredients of every player.
Absolutely.
And if anybody tries to shine too much of a light on themselves or overplays their part, it takes away from the song. Because if you got a great song and everybody puts in their stuff just right, you got a masterpiece. So
Right.
You guys seem to be taking something away from Yngwie, and it's really hurting me. That's all I got to say.
did I say the word overplayed, Tom?
Fuck him.
I don't really know what you're talking about. Yngwie's great, and if you played on your song, you'd be happy.
Am I going to get a fuck you, Jim, out of this? I think so.
Maybe.
Just about did. Don't
Okay.
make Yngwie you.
All right.
Gigi, who do you got?
Well, Ace Frehley and Billy Sheehan, two of my faves. So
Yeah.
you guys already took those. As far as bass player, I have to say John Entwistle. The guy was like a freaking phenomenal bass player.
Yeah, he was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing him live and just going like, holy guy, I've never seen a guy's fingers move that fast all over the bass. It was just like incredible watching him. Just phenomenal. And as far as a guitar player, I got to throw Michael Schenker in there. The guy was like an incredibly fast player, but he had tons of melody, just like Jim was talking about, Ace Frehley having that feel. Schenker, you listen to some of the stuff he did, especially the Lights Out album. I mean, there's just so much melody in that. The playing that he did is just incredible. Those would be my two fuck yous.
Yeah, Schenker is just,
He's like the Mozart of rock guitar.
yeah.
So fluid and melodic and just shit.
And can absolutely throw in the
Can't
clap.
write a song to save his life, but he can play like a motherfucker.
and he's crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a shithouse rat, right?
Exactly. But man, he could play. I love seeing interviews with him because he is nuts. He is absolutely nuts. So,
That's
I'm trying to get him, actually.
Joey, who do you got today? Little FU thing.
Well, I wasn't ready for that, was I?
No,
I do Kotzen every other week, so that just wouldn't, How about we go with, I'm going to go with fuck you to Whiskey Myers.
Yeah.
Fuck those guys.
Great band.
Man,
I can't say it's just one guy or the other, but holy shit. I was telling Tommy, man, I've never wept so much listening to fucking songs for different reasons, I mean, you hear you hear harmony solos all the time, right? Have you ever heard a harmony slide solo? Like, what the fuck, guys? And their songs are just absolutely incredible. I just love them. So
I guess they're what they call swamp rock.
they're a cross between swamp rock and they got some country stuff going on there.
I saw them a couple of years ago at the Paramount.
You did.
And I didn't know who they were,
Yeah.
but I'm just kind of like, this band reminds me of like an early Leonard Skinner in their own way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I just
they got that thing
amazing
going on.
live band.
Yeah. Wish I didn't miss that one. I had not even heard of them.
Yeah, I didn't know about them too. So I mean,
didn't.
like, so,
Yeah, I didn't. I was just. Everyone knew their songs. They
Yeah.
sold it out, but I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know who these guys are, but they were great.
You know where I caught them from was from the show Yellowstone. The Paramount show with Costner. I caught them on that. They were actually live on it too, and I was like, I caught a couple of their songs. Like, oh, that song's pretty cool. And then I was like, holy shit! It went into their catalog. I'm like, damn, these guys are fucking great.
Yeah.
So, they're fucking killing me. But they're doing a lot of country stuff. You know, like country gigs. They're playing with the Cody Jinks. I'm like, well, how the fuck am I gonna see these guys? You know.
Yeah,
They remind me. They got that Blackberry Smoke thing kind of going on too.
Yeah.
Something southern and yet rock. You know, definitely going on. Good shit.
And they just released a coloring book.
Didn't they?
I'm serious.
Yeah, it does not surprise me.
I believe it.
Those guys are
Look,
doing
man,
everything.
we're doing whatever we can do to scrape shit together.
I know, man. Hey, look, yeah, we're promoting our own band on our show, so everybody's
you're allowed
everybody's
to
doing everything at this point.
I know. You know what? I'm going to write a song because I want the show to be about me, even though it is about me.
Yeah,
It's always been about you, Tom.
yeah.
Right.
You're center square. You're fucking Paul Lynn today.
I am. You
Without
know,
the cocksucking.
oh yeah.
Man.
I don't know what you
that's
mean
good.
by that. Paul, very funny
Oh
man.
man. But we do have to. I got to give a shout out to Gene Birkenbaum, who's
Gene,
been
what's
on our
happening?
show a few
Great
times.
pictures you've been
Gene, what's up, brother?
He's catching us live. Hey, Gene. I know you're there. Dave Brooks piped in back. Yeah, he wants to come on the show. That'd be great. It'd be great to have him. I'd like to do a show with it. It'd be great to have the three bands together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll figure out one of those shows. Definitely. So, and Dave said thanks to, congrats to both Grimm Jack and to 10 Ton for the release.
Yeah.
And they couldn't sound more different, yet the bands are we are definitely related in a way, right?
Yep.
Very cool stuff, man. So I guess we're going to sign off, right?
Yeah.
So let's not forget the dates. Paul, is 6/19 is the one? Is that the date?
June 19th at Forest Park in Queens. The show starts at noon. You got 6 or 7 bands, half-hour sets for everybody. It's going to be a full day of rock and roll.
Nice.
Nice.
Killer people. Killer.
Yeah.
Go.
And then
Come on out.
on July 30th, it's Grimm Jack and 10 Ton Mojo is headlining at Barham Ballroom in Island Park. That's a Dave Black and Pauline, right? Is the other one that's
Yeah,
promoting
Pauline.
that too, right?
I think
Pauline
it's
from
called
Revolution.
Revolution Rocks, right?
Yep, Revolution Rocks, right?
Cool.
And they're doing that together. That should be a lot of fun. And your song came out. Stop Getting Off came out May 1st, and it is available
Hang Down
everywhere.
came out
Correct?
May 14th, Hang Down came out? May 14th.
Hang Down, yep. Hang Down came out May 14th, so it was 2 weeks later. Ours is available, obviously, at any of the download areas you can go to. So if you want, it's Grimm Jack with 2 M's, grimmjack.hearnow.com. That'll give you a link to any of the music services and how to get it. And if you go to 10tonmojo.com, that's where you get your links to Stop Getting Off. And check out their stuff is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Love playing with
Thanks,
these guys.
Joey.
I just sit there and watch them. So, I've gone out to their gigs when I'm not playing. So, I'm not just there just fucking around. So, love to watch them play.
Thanks, Joey. Thanks, man.
You got it, man. All right. So
All right, gents.
we will sign off, and we'll put links down below for everybody. And
Subscribe, people. Ring.
yes, definitely subscribe. Right, we got subscribe to MRG, subscribe to Grimm Jack, subscribe to 10 Ton Mojo. Right.
Listen to the music, man. Come out and support some live music, man. Some live
Definitely.
rock and
Yeah, come out and have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll buy you a beer. Paul's gonna buy everybody a beer that comes out to see us.
everybody who comes. Everybody.
Funny you say. I usually buy a lot of drinks when I'm out there to
Yeah,
gigs
so do
for
I.
people.
You know, usually you drink them, Paul. So that's
Not for you guys. I'm not buying anything for you guys though.
fine. I ruined it.
Just
All
kidding.
right.
Yeah, you fucked up, man. All right, boys.
All right. Stay right
Thanks
there,
for
Paul.
joining us, Paul.